Hey, it's Barça here, and in today's video I'm going to be explaining why Miralem Pjanic, who was probably expected to leave by most people, would be a crucial asset for Xavi this season. So make sure to stay tuned, because compared to his first 2 years on Barcelona's salary role, his third year might turn out in a complete different way. Up till now, Pjanic's Barça career hasn't been what he would have probably liked it to be. Under Koeman in his first season, he was among the players like Ricky Puig that got little playing time. For that reason, he went to Besiktas on loan in his second year. There he even openly criticized Koeman, saying that he didn't respect him and he wasn't the right coach to help Barcelona out of the mud. He isn't the only player who's criticized Koeman, so at least a part of this must be true. After his loan spell had ended, he returned to Barcelona, where Xavi had now taken over. At the beginning, it was unclear what was going to happen to him, but he did go with the team on pre-season. There he got chances on a regular basis, and in some games he was actually great. This probably got Xavi to think whether it would be a good decision to let him go. At the moment, it definitely seems as he'll stay at Barcelona this season. And if you look at the midfield options, Pedri is the only player who will always be in the starting 11 if he doesn't get injured. Busquets is maybe in his last year, and it's very likely that he won't get as much playing time as before this season. Frenkie de Jong might still leave Barcelona, but at the moment I see him staying. If he leaves, Bernardo Silva will probably join the Blaugrana, so the number of options doesn't really change. By September, Xavi will have either de Jong or Bernardo Silva to choose from. It's unlikely he'll have both of them. Xavi will surely get a proper amount of game time this season too, but he's still young, and though he is incredible in some games, he's too sloppy in others. He needs to work on his consistency, but don't get me wrong, in the long term he'll probably be one of the world's best midfielders. Lastly, there's Pjanic, and Xavi will definitely give him a considerable amount of game time. A couple of weeks ago, there was also still Nico Gonzalez, but he's now left the club on loan to Valencia. That's why having Pjanic has now become more important. He can play both as an interior or a controlling midfielder, and out of the two, I think he should play as a controlling midfielder. The other two midfield positions are occupied by Pedri, De Jong, Kessié and Xavi, so there's enough depth there, except if someone gets injured. Then Pjanic should come in handy as an interior. I also think Pjanic is more suited for the controlling role than Frenkie de Jong for Barcelona. For some, Frenkie de Jong has always been seen as the natural successor of Busquets, but honestly he's a different type of player. He's faster and will run forward with the ball way more than both Busquets or Pjanic. De Jong will thrive more as an interior. If he gets replaced by Bernardo Silva, then it's not even a discussion. He'll never play as a controlling midfielder. Kessié can also play as a controlling midfielder, but he's got the pace and stamina to get into the box a lot and create a very dynamic way of attacking. So in Xavi's system he'll always be an interior too. Then you only got Busquets and Pjanic left as controlling midfielders. Since Busquets is never gonna play all the games in the season anymore, Pjanic will get a considerable amount of game time, I think. I even see him getting more game time than Busquets maybe. Yup, that's true. That would be the first time in years Busquets isn't the main controlling midfielder. And of course, there's not really a player like him and Pjanic won't really replace him. But Pjanic can still be a great controlling midfielder. Now, Busquets is still world class sometimes. Sometimes, that's the problem. As a younger player who hasn't had a great time at Barça yet, Pjanic is hungry and he's got a point to prove. So when it comes to consistency, he might be better than Busquets. He'll always have to perform at his very best if he wants to keep his place in the team. And in pre-season he did just that. This might also work in the other way though. With a concurrent who's got a point to prove like Pjanic, Busquets will have to be at his best to keep his place. So basically, Pjanic will make Busquets have to be a better player. This is one of the many things Barcelona has lacked for years. A good competitor for Busquets. And as I already said, they're not completely the same. Busquets is a little better defensively, I would say, and when it comes to dribbling under pressure, I'd say the Busquets of 10 years ago is definitely better than Pjanic, but now I think they're quite similar when it comes to this. When it comes to passing, they're both world class, and for both of them, this might be their strongest point. Pjanic is better at shooting though, and he's faster than Busquets. Xavi has also already said that he trusts Pjanic and he likes the way he understands the game tactically. So if you look at the total package, you got someone who has got all the abilities, the trust of the coach, and the desire to perform well. Even if he won't play that much this season, he'll make Busquets a better player. A midfield 3 of Pedri, De Jong and Pjanic that consists of 3 players with a point to prove might be the best midfield 3 for Xavi this season. But for all we know, Busquets might start playing as if it's 2011 again and become the world's best controlling midfielder, which has seemed to happen every once in a while the last couple of years. It's especially in his lesser periods that Pjanic will be needed, and believe me when I say there will be such times. Just imagine Barcelona's midfield without Pjanic now. You would have Kessié or Frenkie de Jong maybe as a backup, but they would then play as a controlling midfielder as well as an interior quite often, and when having to play both positions there will always be a lot of discussion around which one suits them the best, and that Xavi isn't using them the right way. That's basically how Frenkie de Jong's career at Barcelona has been thus far. We don't have that problem now though with Pjanic still being at the club. And okay, if he had left, Nico Gonzalez would have probably stayed. But out of the two at the moment, Pjanic is better and more suited as a controlling midfielder. And in Valencia, I see Nico getting a lot of game time, so for him it's not necessarily a bad thing that he has left the Blaugrana. There's one last thing too though. Barcelona hasn't really had a great free kick taker since Messi left. And though Messi might return next season, which I hope he does, and I made a video about that too, this season it'd be nice to have a dangerous player from free kicks as well. And as you already guessed, Miralem Pjanic is the ideal player for that. After Messi, he's one of the best free kick takers of the generation, so that's another reason for having him in the team. Altogether, he's a player that's out there with a point to prove and he fits the team's needs, so I think Xavi is happy to have him as an option and he'll definitely be important this season. That was it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share your own opinion on Miralem Pjanic in the comments down below. Força Barça and have a good day.